Become a columnist. Cooking and Women is holding its annual writing competition. Submission guidelines. Write an article of 200 words or less comparing Finding Mr. Right to cooking. Include an original recipe. Qualifications. You must be single and have experience as a chef. Published writing is a plus. Deadline, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, July 1st, 2011. Grand prize, $2,500 cash award and the chance to have your own monthly column, Cooking and Men. Finding Mr. Right is... I pause to consider this and come to an immediate conclusion. Downright impossible. What am I doing? I can't type that. I crack my knuckles, hit the backspace key, and begin again. Finding Mr. Right is... I glance around the kitchen for culinary inspiration, and a pile of dirty dishes in the sink sparks my imagination. Finding Mr. Right is like washing dishes. Just when you think he's squeaky clean, bam! You find dried up crusty old egg on him. Somehow I don't think that's what Cooking and Women wants. A culinary muse. A culinary muse. Aha! My eyes fall onto an empty Stouffer's frozen dinner box lying on the counter. Okay. Finding Mr. Right is like cooking a frozen dinner. You've got to nuke him to warm him up. I groan. It's no good. I can't focus. The problem is I need a recipe, and I don't cook. Cooking and Women is not a magazine I would normally buy. There I was, standing in the grocery store checkout line yesterday when my eyes were drawn to the cover. The magazine stood alone on a rack, a smiling middle-aged woman embracing a large basket of hand-picked greens on its cover. But that wasn't what caught my eye. It was the 3 little words printed to the left of her. Become a columnist. They seemed to be beckoning to me, Maggie Malone. Become a columnist and you'll make lots of money. Become a columnist and your life will change. I was mesmerized. A moment of clarity burns off my brain fog, and I see a solution to my problem. Of course, the Atlanta Journal. They'll have a recipe. I toss aside Cooking and Women, grab a few pages of the morning paper, and thumb through them. Business. Arts. Want ads. No, thank you. I am sick and tired of looking for a job. Food. Recipes. Salsa. Perfect! I'll just insert this recipe for salsa, with a few changes, of course, to avoid plagiarism, and voila, I'll have it, the winning entry. I scan the recipe and make an interesting discovery. It calls for canned, not fresh tomatoes. Fresh tomatoes, it explains, are more watery in consistency and weaker in flavor. Finding Mr. Right is like choosing the right tomato for your homemade salsa. Yes, ladies, you may think you want a firm, ripe, fresh tomato that will give your salsa zest.
Zesty zest, like the kind you'd have with Brad Pitt. Now that man has some tomatoes.
What is wrong with me? Concentrate. That will give your salsa zest and new life. But that same young, firm-fleshed tomato might get bored with your salsa and run off with someone else's onion. I lean back in my chair and study my daughter, sleeping soundly in her bassinet, her red hair spiked out like porcupine quills, and her tiny porcelain hands snuggled close to her heart. It amazes me that she can sleep with her thumbs tucked in. Oh, Catherine, my very own kitty cat. I am so blessed to have given birth to you. Yes, you poop every hour. And yes, you seem to want to permanently attach yourself to my breast. But don't all newborn babies? And what of your perpetual crying? It's just indicative of your sensitive and artistic nature, I'm sure. I plunk my forehead down on the keyboard and big crocodile tears spill from my eyes over being so blessed. An alarm on the computer sounds, and I raise my head to gaze at the blurry screen. Someone else's onion. I sniffle and strike the backspace key repeatedly, my middle finger beginning to cramp. You can do this. You have just as much chance of winning as anyone else.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.